Dear students, in this video, I will be discussing with you about estimation of nuclear size. Estimation of nuclear size. So students, in our previous video, we have discussed that Rutherford gave the concept of nuclear atom. So according to Rutherford model of atom, which we till date we also follow that model. So according to Rutherford model of atom, suppose this is your atom, then at the center of the atom there is a positively charged core. So this is positively charged core, and Rutherford gave this core name nucleus. So Rutherford said that alpha particles can only be backscattered if, because at that time the model that was in practice before the Rutherford model was J.J. Thomson model, and in J.J. Thomson model there is a positive and a negative charge which is uniformly distributed in the atom. So Rutherford argued that this uniformly distributed charge will not be able to produce enough electric field that will deflect the alpha particle. So he said that one type of charge, namely positive charge, has to be concentrated in a very small volume so that it can produce sufficient electric field to deflect the alpha particle by a large angle. Okay. So now our today's focus will be on that how we can use Rutherford model in determining the nuclear size. Okay. So students, one thing that I would like to clear to you is that Rutherford derive his scattering formula, that is d sigma upon d omega, by considering only Coulomb interaction. So this is Rutherford scattering formula, d sigma by d omega is equal to z e square upon 4 pi epsilon naught m v square whole square into cosecant 4 theta by 2. So this is Rutherford scattering formula, and this formula has been derived on purely Coulombic interaction. So only purely Coulombic interaction. There is no nuclear interaction involving this Rutherford scattering formula. Only Coulombic interaction. So what I want to mean by this purely Coulombic interaction? By purely Coulombic interaction, I would like to mean that suppose this is your gold nucleus. Suppose this is your gold nucleus. Okay, suppose this is gold nucleus, and you know that for gold you have atomic number Z is equal to 79. So the gold nucleus according to Rutherford model will have charge 79 units. Okay, positive charge of 79 units. So now the alpha particle will come towards this nucleus. Suppose from here is my radioactive source from which stream of alpha particles is bombarded towards this gold nucleus. Okay, so now some alpha particle will travel in this direction, so they will deflected in this way. Some will travel in this direction, they will be deflected this way. Some will travel this direction. Suppose this is alpha particle, this is scattering in this direction, this alpha particle is scattering in this direction. Now this alpha particle will not deviate at all. So we can see that only that alpha particles, suppose these are all stream of alpha particles. So the alpha particles which are heading towards this gold nucleus, it means only that alpha particle suffer large deflection. Now alpha particles which are at a larger distance from the center of this gold nuclei, they are suffering no deflection or very small deflection. Okay. Now there is one parameter that I would like to introduce with you, that is impact parameter. Impact parameter. Now what is impact parameter? Basically impact parameter is denoted by B. Okay. Suppose this is, now what is impact parameter? It is the perpendicular distance between the velocity vector of the alpha particle and center of the gold nucleus. Okay, or your target nuclei. So this impact parameter denoted by B. So this is your scattering angle, or we can say scattering, whether you will have a back scattering or you will have a forward scattering or you will have no scattering, that largely depend on this impact parameter. Why? because suppose this is your gold nucleus. Now if alpha particle goes this way, now if alpha particle is far away from the center of this gold nucleus, suppose this is gold nucleus, okay, 79, it has 79 unit positive charge, and this is alpha particle. Now this alpha particle will suffer no deflection because it is far away from this gold nucleus, so it is not under the influence of the Coulomb repulsion of this gold nucleus. Now when alpha particle is closer to this gold nucleus, now it will suffer the Coulomb repulsion due to this positive charge of the gold nucleus, and it will deflect by some angle. So closer it will be to this gold nucleus, the larger deflection it will suffer. Okay. Now why this is purely Coulombic interaction? Because suppose this is alpha particle, this is alpha particle which has a +2e charge, and this is a gold nucleus which has 79 unit positive charge. Now when alpha particle is bombarded towards this gold nucleus, alpha particle do not penetrate inside this nucleus. So there is no nuclear interaction, only there is Coulombic interaction. It means at any time or at any instant, the distance between the alpha particle and this gold nucleus is always larger than the sum of their radii. So you will not have that neutron and proton of this helium nucleus will interact with the neutron and proton of this gold nucleus. So that's why this your Coulombic interaction is what Rutherford take into his scattering formula. Okay. So these are some things that is required for this nuclear size estimation. So now to estimate the nuclear size, I am considering the special case of head-on collision. Okay. Now suppose this is helium nucleus, because helium nucleus is alpha particle. Now this is your gold nucleus. Okay, that is 79 unit positive charge. Okay. Now suppose this is head-on collision. In head-on collision, suppose at this distance. Now what is at this distance? The alpha particle comes from the radioactive nucleus with velocity v. So it will have kinetic energy T is equal to half mv square. Now when this alpha particle will approach towards this gold nucleus, now due to repulsion by this this positive charge of this gold nucleus, this alpha particle will suffer a repulsion. So now suppose at this distance, let this center to center distance is d. So suppose at this distance d, the alpha particle come to rest and its velocity is 0. So at this distance d, the whole of the kinetic energy of this alpha particle will be converted into the potential energy U of this alpha particle and gold nucleus system. Okay. Now from the Coulomb law, you know that you can calculate the potential energy of charge distribution. U is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R. Now in this case, I have Q1 is 2e, and for this gold nucleus, this Q2 is 79e. Okay. So upon, I have taken this distance as d. So this distance is d. So on simplifying, you will get this as 158 e square upon 4 pi epsilon naught into d. Okay. Now when alpha particle came out from this radioactive nuclei, they have energy of the order of kinetic energy of the alpha particle. When it comes from a natural radioactive nucleus, it has kinetic energy of the order of 5 mega electron volt. Basically, it has kinetic energy of the order of 4 to 8 mega electron volt. So I am taking 5 mega electron volt for my calculations as kinetic energy of this alpha particle when it is coming from this radioactive nucleus, which may be bismuth or any other radioactive material. Okay. So now at this point, whole of this kinetic energy will be converted into potential energy. So you will have D is equal to 158 E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught into U, because U. Now at this point, whole of your U is equal to K, because now your kinetic energy velocity has become 0. It means according to law of conservation of mechanical energy, whole of the potential kinetic energy is converted into potential energy. So this will be equal to 5 mega electron volt. Now this quantity E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This is a constant because charge on electron is constant, 4 pi is constant, and permittivity of free space is constant. So when you calculate this value comes out to be 1.44 mega electron volt femtometer. You will use many times this constant value in your nuclear physics course. So this value is here. Now U is 5 mega electron volt. So you put the values. So this is 158 into 1.44 MeV femtometer upon 5 mega electron volt. Okay. So when you will simplify this, you will get this as MeV cancel out. So this will be, D will be approximately equal to 45 femtometer. Okay. So this is the rough order estimation of the nuclear size by using Rutherford scattering formula. Okay. So this is upper limit of the nuclear size. Mean nuclear size cannot be greater than this, because I have already told you that there is no way that this alpha particle has penetrated this gold nucleus. So there is certainly some distance between these two. Okay, if this is your gold nucleus and this is your alpha particle, so alpha particle is not penetrating this gold nucleus. So center to center distance. So this is upper limit of the nuclear size that we can calculate by using your Rutherford scattering formula. Okay. So now one thing that now I would like to discuss with you is that this Rutherford scattering formula breaks down at higher energies. Okay, if you have higher energy, then this Rutherford. Now see at this graph. Now this graph, on x-axis you have alpha particle energy in mega electron volt, and on y-axis you have scattered intensity of the alpha particles at 60 degree. This means that your detector is placed at 60 degree. Okay. Now suppose this is your metal foil and this is the beam of alpha particles. Now you are sending beam of alpha particles with different kinetic energies. Okay. So suppose at 60 degree you place your detector. This is your detector. You have placed your detector at 60 degree. So this angle is 60 degree. So at 60 degree you are noting the intensity of the alpha particle that you are getting at this detector. Now you know that from Rutherford scattering formula you can get the number of alpha particles that are scattered at different angles. Okay, so in that scattering formula we have theta is equal to 60 degree. Okay, now this curve is, this smooth curve is what if your data points will fit the Rutherford scattering formula. Now you can see that up from with this energy 15 mega electron volt, 20 mega electron volt, 25 mega electron volts, your data points are very well consistent with the Rutherford scattering formula. Now at this energy that is roughly 27 mega electron volt, you can see that this is your data points, experimental data points, and this is your theoretical Rutherford formula. Now for energies greater than 27 mega electron volts, your Rutherford scattering formula is no longer valid and you are getting your data points along this line. Okay, so what does it means? Now what is the implication of this graph? Now because now you are sending the alpha particles with greater and greater energy. Now when you are sending the alpha particles with greater and greater energy, then this means that at a particular energy the alpha particle will overcome the Coulombic repulsion and will penetrate into the nucleus. Now in that case your Rutherford formula will not hold, because I have already told you that in Rutherford formula only Coulomb interaction has been taken into account. It does not take into account nuclear interaction. So it means that when you have an energy of the alpha particle above 27 mega electron volts, then this alpha particle may penetrate into the gold nucleus or any nucleus of any other your metal foil. So in this case, the neutron and proton of this alpha particle will interact with the neutron and proton of this gold nucleus, and your interaction will not be Coulombic. It will also have some nuclear interaction part. So your Rutherford scattering formula will no longer hold. Okay. So the point at which this Rutherford scattering formula do not fit your experimental data points will be the estimation of the nuclear size. Okay. So this the point at which breakdown occurs give a measure of the size of the nucleus. Okay, so this point at which breakdown of Rutherford's formula occurs, it will give you a size of the nucleus. Okay, so now again, as I have done in my previous slide, that D is equal to, I have done here that D is equal to 2 Z E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught into energy. Now here energy is 27 mega electron volts. Okay, so this value I have already calculated. So 2 Z is equal to 79. So this D will be 2 into 79 for gold. This is E square over 4 pi epsilon naught is 1.44 MeV femtometer upon 27 mega electron volts. So when you will calculate this value, you will find that this D is equal to approximately equal to 8.7 femtometer. So it means at this energy you will have this type of separation between the alpha particle and your gold nucleus. So this is your alpha particle, so they will touch at this way. So this is your alpha particle, this is your gold nucleus, this is gold nucleus. So they will touch. So this will give estimation of the nuclear size of these two. So if you have larger energy, then their nuclear will overlap each other. Okay. So it means that you have breakdown of the Rutherford scattering formula, and the point of breakdown will give you the estimation of the nuclear size. So in my previous slide, I have shown you that it is in previous slide it is 45 femtometer. Your nuclear size, it is the upper limit, because in that case the separation between these two is not they are not, the nucleus of this are not touching, because it is low energy. Low energy means at that time I have taken energy is equal to 5 mega electron volt. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.